Hi everyone, it's Rachel, and in this video I'll be showing you how to make a cat coming out of a cupcake celebrating the new year. A big thanks to Crafty Fox and the Clay Dog for their charm suggestions, so let's get started. To begin, I'm taking this pink colour called Princess Pearl by Sculpey for my cupcake base. I'm going to be using this 14mm silicone mould from Miniature Sweet, which I'll link down below, or I also have a tutorial on a no mould cupcake base, which is also linked down below. So I pushed my clay into the mould and then cut away the excess with my blade. For the cake part, I used vanilla by Fimo and I shaped it into a dome on my work surface, then added it to the base while it was still in the mould. You can then take an old toothbrush or a texturing tool to add some texture to the cake part. Then use some brown chalk pastel shavings and lightly dust over the cupcake. Next, you'll need to cut a hole into it to create some room for the cat. So I took a blade and I just carefully went around the top to cut some out. You can actually put the extra part to the side for now because we're going to be using it later on. Now take a needle tool or some other type of texturing tool and you can texture the inside of your cupcake. Moving on to the cat, I'm using white polymer clay and I'm starting off by rolling the body into a cone kind of shape and then trimming off the top part, which I'm going to be using. I then don't know where the footage is for this part, but I placed this into the cupcake. Next, for the head of the cat, I rolled my clay into an oval kind of shape and then placed this on top of the body. To make the ears, I took some more white clay and I shaped a small piece into a diamond using my fingers, and then also a smaller diamond using some pink clay, which I then placed on top. Cut the diamond in half and you end up with two even sized triangles, which you can then blend onto the head. For the face, firstly create two indents where you want the eyes to go, and then you can add some balls of clay. Here I'm using brown clay. To make the mouth, make two small U shapes and then attach them together between the eyes and add a small piece of clay for the nose. I then added some balls of pink clay for the cheeks and then finally some little pieces of brown clay for the whiskers. To make the 2020 sign, I took this coloured clay called Twinkle Twinkle by Premo. I used my rolling pin to flatten it down onto my work surface and then I used my blade to trim it into a rectangle. I then created the numbers by rolling a very thin coil of pearl coloured clay and then just slowly attached it on to create each letter using my tool to help guide me. So here I'm showing you how I made the number 2 and then the 0, and then I just had to repeat those two numbers again. Now you can see here that I have actually added some small bits of wire into my sign, but I didn't show it because I actually ended up changing the design. I was originally going to sit it just on the cupcake in front of the cat, but it took up a lot of room and you couldn't really see the face. So here I'm just measuring out where I'm going to put the sign into the cupcake. I used my needle tool to create some holes into the cake part and then I positioned it in. You may want to use some liquid clay to help you secure it into the clay. Then again, I took my white clay and I made two teardrop shapes for the little legs coming out, and I just positioned these onto the piece. I did the same with a longer piece of clay, and this is the tail, which I curved up from the bottom and then onto the head. Now you can take the little scrap piece of vanilla clay that we cut out of the cupcake before and use it to create some crumbs around the edges so that it looks like the cat has jumped out of the cupcake. Finally, you can very carefully pop it out of the mold, and then it's time to bake your charm according to your package's instructions. After baking, you can go ahead and add some glaze if you would like, but I actually just decided to keep mine how it was. And then this is what the finished thing looks like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more crafty videos. I hope that you all have a very happy new year and enjoy 2020, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!